The alarm clock rings at 6:30 a.m. A 35-year-old senior analyst wakes up in an apartment bedroom. He puts on a tailored suit, grabs a coffee, and steps onto a crowded train for an hour-long commute into the city. He has done everything right. He holds a master's degree. He has 10 years of institutional experience. He has climbed the corporate ladder rung by rung, but he is trapped in a structural cage known as linear income. Every day he executes a simple but losing trade. He sells a finite resource, his time, for a capped return, his salary. If he stops working, the capital flow stops immediately. He considers himself the economic elite. He believes he is the engine of the economy. But while he sits in stagnant traffic, checking emails on a device he doesn't own, a 14-year-old in a messy bedroom in Ohio is waking up to a notification. While he slept, this teenager executed a capital allocation strategy that generated the analyst's entire annual salary overnight. This is not a glitch in the matrix. It is not luck. It is a fundamental restructuring of the global labor market. We are witnessing the rise of a new asset class controlled by a demographic that hasn't even hit puberty. They are operating with a level of scalable leverage that Wall Street hedge funds fight to achieve. The analyst is playing a game of addition. The child is playing a game of multiplication. And the gap between them is widening every single second. The venue for this wealth transfer is Roblox. But to call it a game is a dangerous simplification that blinds you to the reality. You must view it as a sovereign economy. It is a closed-loop financial system with a GDP that rivals small island nations. In this digital state, the citizens are simultaneously the laborers, the creators, and the liquidity providers. The children building these worlds are not playing. They are engaging in high-frequency asset creation. They have bypassed the traditional education system entirely to master the most powerful force in modern economics, the marginal cost of replication. Consider the physics of the analyst's job. To produce more value, he must work more hours. To sell more services, his firm must hire more people. The cost of growth is high. Now look at the teenager. He writes a line of code once. That code becomes a digital asset, a virtual sword, a game pass, a piece of clothing. That asset can be sold 10 times, or it can be sold 10 million times. The cost to replicate it is zero. The shipping cost is zero. The inventory cost is zero. This is the holy grail of business, zero marginal cost. The teenager has built a factory that requires no fuel and runs 24 hours a day. He is not a laborer. He is a digital landlord holding yield-bearing property protected by an algorithm. While the analyst negotiates for a 3% raise, the teenager is scaling a software empire with infinite distribution. However, the architecture of this wealth reveals a darker, more cynical truth. The platform is not a benevolent partner. It is a ruthless central bank. It issues its own currency, Robux, and strictly controls the exchange rate between this virtual script and fiat cash. This is where the platform executes a massive devaluation arbitrage. When a user buys Robux, they pay a premium. But when a developer, the child, wants to cash out their earnings through the DevEx system, the platform applies a draconian exchange rate. They are effectively taxing their own population at rates that would cause a revolution in the real world. The platform captures a massive revenue share spread, often taking over 70% of the total value generated. It is an extraction model where the platform exploits its own citizens, taking the majority of the upside while the creators bear all the platform risk. If the algorithm changes, or if the child gets banned, their business evaporates instantly. They are building castles on rented land, yet here is the terrifying part for the white-collar worker. The volume is so high that the children still win, even after the platform takes its 70% cut. The sheer scale of the zero-friction market means the teenager still nets millions. It is a testament to the power of the internet. A bad deal on 1 billion users is still better than a good deal on a dozen clients. This leaves the credentialed professional facing a stark reality: obsolescence. The menacing truth is that the traditional career path suffers from a lack of scale. The market does not care about your degree, your title, or your tenure. It cares about volume and velocity. The white-collar worker is fighting a war with outdated weapons. He relies on political capital, networking, handshakes, resumes. The digital native relies on proven code. The kid in the bedroom has decoupled income from effort. He has automated his cash flow. We are seeing a divergence in the human species. On one side, the linear class, dependent on an employer, vulnerable to inflation, limited by hours in the day. On the other side, the leveraged class, dependent on code, hedged against inflation by asset ownership, limited only by server capacity. The corporate ladder is no longer the path to wealth. It is a slow walk into economic irrelevance. The arbitrage is not between currencies. It is between the old world of physical labor and the new world of automated leverage. The lesson here is not to go download Roblox. It is not to become a game developer. It is to study the mechanism. The superiority of this model lies in the zero-friction market. These teenagers have identified that in a digital environment, distribution is free and product duplication is instant. They are actively arbitraging the inefficiency of the physical world. You are watching them become millionaires not because they are geniuses, but because they have abandoned the logic of linear income. They are operating in a market where the capital efficiency is infinite. The question you must ask yourself is not how to compete with them, but how to apply this logic to your own portfolio. How can you detach your income from your time? How can you create an asset that has a zero marginal cost of replication? The tools to build this empire are available to everyone. The gates are open. The only difference between the kid in the bedroom and the man on the train is that one of them is playing a rigged game and the other has figured out how to become the house. The system is waiting. Do not play, own.